Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to name molecular compounds. What are molecular compounds? Molecular compounds, which are also called covalent compounds, are compounds made of two or more non-metallic elements bonded together. Examples of non-metallic elements will include things like carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, and hydrogen. So important note, if it starts with a metal, this video does not apply. If it has a metal, that will be ionic compound. So we would follow ionic naming, and that's a different story entirely. When we name molecular compounds, we use prefixes to indicate the quantity of each element in the compound. So the prefix for one is mono, that of two is di, 3 is tri, 4 is tetra, 5 is penta, 6 is heza, 7 is hepta, 8 is octa, 9 is nona, 10 is deca. These prefixes are the key to everything when it comes to naming molecular compound. So let's look at the rules. The first rule is that when you name molecular compound, the first element will be named normally. It retains the name just as it is in the periodic table. If there are only one atom of that first element, we do not use mono. Okay, so mono does not apply. So if it's only one, mono does not apply to the first element. So from 2 and above, we must mention the prefix, but once it's only one, mono does not apply for the first element. Now, rule 2, name the second element using a prefix and change the ending to IDE. So whether it is one or more, we must use the prefix for the second element. And it will usually end with IDE, unlike the first element that will retain its name just the way it is in the periodic table. So the third rule is that if the prefix ends in A or O, and the element starts with a vowel, drop the last vowel on the prefix. So situations like penta, which is the prefix for 5, and then oxide, which is oxygen, you're going to drop the A, and when you combine it, it's going to be pentoxide. Okay, that's what I mean by that. Okay, so let's do some examples. The first example is SO3. The first element we would name normally, and that is sulfur. Okay, so depending on where you're watching me from, sulfur or sulfur. Okay, now oxygen would end with IDE. So instead of oxygen, you have oxide. But you have 3 of those oxygens, and the prefix for 3 is tri, then oxide. So trioxide. Trioxide. Okay, so the name of this compound will simply be sulfur trioxide. The second one we're going to look at is N2O5. This here, nitrogen will still retain its name, but this time you have 2 nitrogens. That would be di-nitrogen. Then 5 is penta, and oxygen is oxide. So dinitrogen pentaoxide, but you say pentoxide. Remember, we drop the A on the penta and combine with the oxide. So you have dinitrogen pentoxide. Okay? If we have BF3. Okay, at this point, I would like you to pause this video and try this on your own and see if you get that, and then continue watching to see the solution. So since this first element is only one, remember we don't use mono for the first element. So since it's only one, we're just going to go ahead and say boron. All right. And then fluorine, you have 3 of them. That will be tri. Fluorine becomes fluoride. So boron trifluoride. And that is it. So molecular compounds are usually straightforward if you can only just remember your prefixes and how to apply them. The common mistakes you have to avoid is remember not to use mono on the first element. And then don't forget to change the second element to IDE ending. And then do not mix up ionic and molecular compounds. Remember, in ionic compound, you're going to have a metallic element attached. All right, and the rules for ionic is different. I'm going to do a video on that soon as well. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching and keep learning.